Are you tired of AI generated emails that literally sound as if a robot wrote them? You know exactly what I mean. It's the stiff, generic emails that sound like someone used ChatGPT to write it after watching one Gary Vee video. Well, I'm sure by now you've watched a lot of videos promising that AI will completely change your email marketing success overnight for your e-commerce brand. I've tried pretty much every approach in the book, but there's only a few targeted pieces of advice that actually lead to results. If you've tried all this stuff and failed, not worry, it's obviously not your fault. In this video, I want to lead you to the actual successful actions that you can take with AI to blow up your email marketing revenue and success. I'm not going to gatekeep anything. I'm going to give you the exact step-by-step processes that we use internally to crush it for our e-commerce clients. And this is beyond basic ChatGPT prompts. We will use those, but this is more about all those extra steps in between that actually go into making the strategy work and use AI effectively in your emails. So first, let's talk about the wrong way to use AI. Number one, you cannot just be using generic prompts with zero market research or training given to the AI. That's a big no-no. You wanna make sure that AI has a great understanding of your brand voice and your customer avatar. You also do not by any means wanna copy and paste AI outputs and use that in your email copy. You should never do that. Another big mindset shift here is that you want to be focusing on quality over quantity when it comes to AI. Now that we've covered that, let's talk about the right way to use AI in your e-commerce brand's email marketing. So first part of this is the market research layer. You want to begin with this prompt. I'm going to give you a large amount of information about our brand in the niche named brand name. Don't do anything with this information yet, just remember all of it and digest it in full. And then you're gonna use this prompt before you submit any piece of information to AI. Now, before I tell you the right way to use it, I want you to make sure that you're using an AI model or an LLM that has a lot of tokens or chats available to you without running out of storage. One great recommendation as of the time that I'm recording this video is Claude 3.7 Sonnet with the extended thinking model. Compared to the normal like 8,000 token limit, this one gives you 128,000 token limit, which is a lot of chats. You will have a very hard time maxing that out. Prompt. Next, I'm going to give you type of material like brand info, about us, customer reviews, competitor customer reviews, Reddit forum conversations, etc. Just be descriptive as possible here so that you can understand whatever this material should teach it. So like this could be like our target market. It can be what the brand is about, what our competitors sell, what people say about the problem that we solve, all this type of stuff. And then you're gonna say, don't do anything with this information yet, just remember all of it and digest it in full. So you're gonna use that prompt above to submit all of the information that I'm about to give you to the AI model. Number one, your brand information, competitors' brand information, your customer reviews, your competitors' customer reviews, Amazon product reviews, Reddit and other online forums, specifically the actual conversations that people are having, YouTube video transcripts, and then just any other useful resources that you can find. And then you're gonna give AI this prompt. I want you to take all the information I've given you thus far and summarize it into concise statements. Please reply by answering each of my questions below as concisely as possible while still giving me all of the valuable information. Do not leave any valuable information out. And after your answer for each of my questions, I want you to include 3 references, word for word verbatim, from the information I gave you that support your answer. Keep in mind that I've provided context at the bottom of this message that you can use to help answer my questions below. And then from there, you're gonna ask it a string of questions in that same exact prompt that you wanna know about your customer. And then below those questions, again, in the same prompt, you wanna warn AI and tell it not to give you any information that's not from the stuff that you inputted to AI. And then what we like to do is input a bunch of training material or context below that based on like market sophistication, market awareness, like different copywriting principles below that, just so that it has a ton of context to go off. All right, then the last piece of this market research section is to analyze the outputs. The entire point of doing this is so that you as the copywriter or the marketer has all the information that you need about the market to go and write good copy or take AI copy and edit it so that it's really good. So read through the entire output that that Claude or whatever LLM you're using take all of that output and read through all of it in depth. All right, so the second layer of this is the content strategy. What you want to do here is you want to use AI to give you content angles and ideas so that you can take the best of those and then transfer those into ideas that you're using in your emails. And then based on the ideas and the angles that you try, you take the winners that perform the best and then iterate on those in the future. So first, here's a prompt that you can use to generate a long list of angles. Prompt: based on all the information that I've given you thus far, I want you to come up with 20 to 30 email angles that we could use and send to our customer list of X type of person. Don't include anything that has to do with one-time events, holidays, sales, or promotion. Make it all evergreen content that our audience will enjoy. And then after you start testing some of these angles, like I said, you're gonna have winners. And when you have a winner, you wanna iterate on that winner for future emails. And that's where you're gonna use this prompt. Below, I'm pasting a winning email that we sent to our email list that you gave us the idea for. I want you to come up with 5 different ideas that branch off of this one so that we can use them to also send to our email list. And then below that, you're just gonna paste that full email. If it was a plain text email, paste all the text. If it was a design email, literally give AI the whole design email's picture. Now for layer number 3, this is the copy enhancement layer. So there are many different ways that you can use AI to actually write the copy. And we're gonna start there before we get into how to enhance the copy. So first off, for every prompt that you give AI when it comes to actually writing an email, you want to use this structure. First, at the top, you're going to have your goal. This is where you explain exactly what you want AI to do, which is probably going to be something along the lines of write an email about this, this, and this. Then below that, you're going to have the return format. So that's where we'll do stuff like, return with the subject line, the preview text, a headline, a subheader, a button, then a body paragraph, stuff like that. You want to give it exactly what it needs so that it knows how to return its answer to you. And then below that, you're going to include warnings. So this is like, watch out for this, or don't do this. Make sure you watch out for this. Make sure that you don't do X, Y, and Z. You want to warn it so that it doesn't do all those annoying things that AI tends to do when you don't actually prompt it correctly. And then below that is just a context dump. Give it all the information that it needs to write the specific piece of content that you want it to write. Again, goal, return format, warnings, context dump. That's the format that you want to use for all of these email prompts that you're using so that AI actually writes copy for you. And we did not even make that up ourselves. We got that from an email genius that has literally made people millions of dollars writing AI. You can use that format to have AI give you a ton of different pieces of copy that you can then go ahead and edit. But before you go ahead and do your human editing, there's a really good prompt I can give you for quality control on that copy. Here it is. Prompt: I want you to do quality control on all of the final copy before we have our designer design all of it. Please analyze all of the completed copy below and look for spelling errors, grammar errors, sentences, phrases, or parts that don't make logical sense or need to be reworded, parts that aren't written very clearly, parts that should be more concise than the way they are currently written. After your analysis, please reply with bullet point changes for each email and each flow individually. Or if this is for a campaign, you just say each email individually. For each change that you list, do not give broad suggestions. Give us clear-cut changes that we can immediately go in and change. Below is all the copy for you to analyze and do quality control on. And then paste the actual copy below that. AI is gonna give you changes based on this, and because of the way we structured that prompt, it's also gonna give you strict, like, line-by-line changes that you can make, not just like broad general suggestions. We don't want that. Those can be good in some scenarios, and I do encourage you to still use them. But for most cases, for the quality control part, we just want it to catch all the parts that are easy to swap out. Now, after this, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, you would be a fool to just take that copy and put it in your email and just send it out. You should always, at all times, have a real copywriter or a real marketer going in and editing this copy, because without that, it's gonna sound extremely robotic and it's not gonna quite hit what we need to hit. While yes, we can use AI to give us the entire blueprint if we use the right inputs, like I've been going over in this video, you still need a qualified copywriter or a marketer to go in and review this stuff. All right, now for layer 4, I want to give you some real examples of how we've used AI to get really good statistics in these emails. So we're jumping into Klaviyo here. Here is one example of an email that we used entirely with AI, obviously with human intervention and then human design, that actually got really great results. Again, this is a non-promotional email. There's no sale or discount here. This is purely evergreen. So 64% open rate is amazing, way above our benchmark of 40 to 45%. 1.15% click rate here, which is very respectable. And about $528 generated, again with zero sale whatsoever. Here's another example with a higher ticket brand that sells higher ticket products. You can see a 50% open rate here. Again, no sale or promotion. We used AI very heavily to write this email. 2.02% click-through rate, which is great. And then we got $3,241 in revenue off just 5 recipients with a really high AOV, because again, this is a higher AOV store. Here's another one from one of the higher AOV stores that we work with. And again, fully AI written here with obviously human editing. And this is not a sale or a discount whatsoever. 64% open rate, 1.4% click-through rate, and $6,400 in revenue off 16 recipients, again with a higher AOV of about $400. And then last example here, we got a last chance on a sale that we sent out for this brand. And again, these are all different brands. This one, again, written with AI, 43% open rate, 0.82% click rate, and then $4,400 in sales in this last chance email, about $157 AOV. So now you know exactly how to use AI for email marketing the right way. You don't need to rely on basic ChatGPT prompts. I've now given you a real system that you can rely on to make a lot more revenue from your emails. But of course, AI is just one piece of the puzzle here. You'll still need to do extensive market research, create comprehensive flow strategies, design beautiful emails that match your branding and are built to convert, and monitor and optimize all this data every single week. And as I'm sure you're aware, that whole process takes a lot more time and effort than everything that I've showed you in this video. So if you want to find out how you can work with me and my team to come in and run your entire email and SMS marketing strategy for you, you can click the top link in the description to book a quick call with me. On that call, we'll talk about your current situation, what type of performance you're seeing, what you're looking to fix, what your biggest problems are. And then if it seems like we're a good fit for each other, I'll be happy to walk you through how we can help specifically. But if not, I give out a ton of free game on my newsletter almost every single day. It's completely free, and you can jump on with the second link in the description. Jump in there and I'll see you soon.